Good evening, Patrick here. 8 questions with, and we are here. We're back. Welcome to the show. Um, we will be talking to our guest in about 15 minutes, Angela from Morbid Heart Designs. Um, I am hoping against hope that we will have our special guest. I'll be right back. That's something you don't see very often. Oh, all right. The drama of live theater. That's right, boys and girls. This is live. This is not taped. This is not edited. Uh, it is what it is. Um, yeah, so our guest will be here today, Angela from Morbid Heart Designs. I am hoping, I'm hoping that our co-host will make it, but I have a bad feeling. I know that he was feeling pretty bad underneath the weather. He had commented that he was not feeling very good. Um, uh, uh, he's not feeling very good, so he might not make it. I hope that's not the case. I hope he comes in at the last minute, but I have not heard or seen from our buddy Hobbs. So we'll all send out a prayer for him, make sure he's all right. All right. Hey, Jaden, how are you? How are you? Anthony Chabot is in the house. He's got 688 subs on his YouTube channel. He is a machine. He will be at 1,000 in a minute. I have no doubt about that. So yes, we are welcoming back our good friend Angela from Morbid Hearts Designs. This will be the first time that we've had Angela on the show since she was our third guest. Yes, that's right. She was our third guest on the show, and it was a very, very cool show. Um, Came out of the gates. We had an artist. We had a journalist for our first guest. We had a YouTube guru, master of all YouTube, Kevin K, for the second guest. And then we had the lovely Angela, the very talented artist from Morbid Heart Designs. And can I tell you, I got to be honest with you, by the end of the third show, I knew that what we were trying to do here, I knew it was going to work. I just knew it. We were able to get some fantastic guests, and the format was a little tweaked, was a little bit different from the beginning. Um, Instead of going 15 minutes up, I was going up 30 minutes up, and that was way too early. Yeah, I was way too early. So 15 minutes, we cut it back to 15 minutes, and it's worked out pretty well since then. No, we didn't do 15-minute cut after Angela. Um, we did a 15-minute cut a little later on. Uh, some of the shows got a little long, and next thing you know, we discovered it was because I was talking too much before the show. That's what we did. We did a focus group. So anyway, so as you would know, and that was 15 minutes before, then 8 o'clock, and then our guests, and then we have fun and adventure. And we will be having that with Angela tonight. Um, like I said, it's been a long time since we've had her on. She has undergone a lot of life changes that we'll be talking about as well. Um, just a really, really interesting journey, and we will be talking to her about that and how it's affected her art um, and her life, and how she's been, how's business has been doing. You know, see if the craft show circuit has come back. That's one of the things got affected by COVID was a lot of the shows they got shut down. And we're just starting to see. I mean, even now, 2023, we're just now starting to see um, some of these festivals and art shows and street fairs are starting to come back. We've had comic conventions come back somewhat, though some have been canceled or delayed. So not everything is up and running full bore yet. Hey, Star Lord, welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, Masha, how are you? Uh, uh, we are talking to Angela from Morbid Heart Design tonight. This is going to be a fun show. Definitely one to either stay and hang out with us, or definitely watch on the replay. The professor is here. Holy cow, we got some celebrities in the room already. Got Masha from Mayhem and Miracles. You got Star Lord, Professor, Jaden, and the mighty Anthony Chabot is here. Um, you know what? You know what, Professor? That might not be such a bad idea. Yeah, that might be such a bad idea. Um, you want to come up? I know it's last minute, and I feel if you don't feel if it's too last minute, I understand. But would you like to come up? I don't think Hobbs is going to make it. I have a bad feeling about this. You know that remember the scene of Star Wars that says I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Han Solo said that. I think that's me. How are you tonight, Debbie? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm sure you'll be up a little later on, helping people grow and connect. That's awesome. If I get out of here by 9:30, oh, no problem, Professor. Um, yeah, I hope that Hobbs is making it. I hope he's okay. I just want him to say, hey, he's still with us. Yes, I sense a disturbance in the force. Yeah, unfortunately I do, but it's not unknown because he did say earlier this week he was not feeling the best. In fact, a lot of people this week have said that to me. I've heard people comment that they're not feeling very good. A lot of people actually. So hopefully everybody will be feeling better. All right. Well, I got a couple of minutes while we're waiting for Angela. I got to do the calendar because that's what we do. We do a calendar here. Okay. So the calendar. All right. Oh no, we got to work. We got to work. Believe me. Okay. Well, it looks like Angela is here. So what we're gonna go ahead and get her because I don't like leaving anybody in the basement. So I will go get her, and then hopefully we'll see. Hopefully Hobbs will make it on in soon as well. But we'll see. Here we go. Ta-da!
Hello.
Ta-da! So anyway, hello, Angela. Glad you are back with us.
I can't pet the kitty.
No, he was sleeping on me when I took that one.
This is me pretending to pet the fluff.
Yes. he is sleep. He likes to sleep hard, doesn't he? He is sleeping hard.
A true cat.
Yeah. So I think that we might be going just you and me again, because I don't know. I don't know if Hobbs is going to make it because nobody has seen him all day. We have a feeling there's a disturbance in the force. He might not make it. He might be under the weather.
Oh no, that's not good if he is. Or if there's something else wrong. Like, either way, none of this sounds good. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I have a medication thing in my mouth that I can't chew.
Oh, okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. It was really cute earlier getting on there and seeing you get ready. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I was so happy to see you creating while you were getting ready.
Yes. Well, not while I was getting ready, because that's dangerous. Makeup on art. That's asking for unforgivable mistakes.
And running two different chats. Were you on Twitch? Because someone asked,
Yep.
someone asked if you were still doing Twitch. I wasn't 100% sure. Um, I wasn't sure if you're still on Twitch because I saw the TikTok up there. So I was
Mhm.
wondering, do Twitch? Do they do streams with TikTok now?
They do streams with TikTok now. I haven't played around with that though. I've been wanting to, but the way I like to stream is different with the TikTok format being on the phone. So I've been told that I have an amazing stream system and that I would do well over there, but I'm like, you can't really see my art and me talking at the same time as on your phone. That's just too small for how they work with their chat. So that's on my to-do list, but I haven't played around with it yet. I break the rules now and I stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So yes, I was on Twitch earlier and YouTube.
But
Don't feel bad,
I thought that was allowed now. Still
No.
not allowed? No. Okay.
So you can dual stream to things like TikTok, but anything that has more of a gaming type platform like YouTube and Facebook, you can't by their terms of service. But I have loaded that. I don't agree with a lot of the changes they're making. I don't agree with where they're taking Twitch. So, as a business owner, I have to do what I feel is going to be in my long term protection. So, I'm
Right.
like, okay, now I've got to build up more on my YouTube and shift things over there as well because Twitch is pushing ads too much and I'm for them making their money, but when I can't control it and live stream and they're interrupting my conversations with my community, like it's really annoying.
I
And
mean,
it takes away from
they interrupted while you're doing lives?
Uh-huh. I don't
Ooh.
know they're interrupting. And it changes times from person to person. So I could be talking with 4 different people and they get ads at different times or different lengths of ads. So then the conversation gets a cluster. And I really love talking with my community. Like
Yeah.
I really know my community because it's like a fortunate thing, but also like I would like to be a bigger streamer, but I love the intimacy that I've been able to build and the friendships and the people who come in and out. Like they're the reason I keep going, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So I don't necessarily want to lose that capacity with them, but it would be nice to have a little bit of a bigger community. But the ads and not being able to control it is a whole other thing to balance.
Yeah, speaking of bigger communities, I was talking with a friend yesterday, and I was saying how I took a month off in August. Other than for Sunday shows, but I put this show on hiatus for August, and
Mhm.
I did one video a week, and then I did the Sunday show, and then when I left, I was doing maybe like 15 to 17 people. It was pretty nice. Uh,
That's a
hey,
good size. Like, be
yeah,
proud of that.
I was really happy. Uh,
Mhm.
I came back from my hiatus though. Ooh, wow! It's like nobody. It's like everybody had forgotten I existed.
Mhm.
Like 5 or 6, and it was a struggle. It seems like within the last month or so, it's starting to come back to where it was.
It
Uh,
will. The algorithm's a huge factor. And the algorithms are so different on YouTube versus Twitch too. Like YouTube doesn't really push live streams, so it's really important to like and interact with it. But I don't even think chat affects YouTube. Whereas with Twitch, it's based on viewers. So there's a thing on the Twitch world called lurking, where you have the stream up, but you may not actively be participating or conversating or whatever, depending on what's going on. Because there's a lot of people who do community games on Twitch too. But you having that tab open with the stream helps boost because it's based off of the number of viewers.
I think we call that over here. We call that Caspering.
Caspering?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so different communities. Like I've been hesitant to do what I am doing because of the different cultures, but I'm also like I got to do what's best for me. And I don't think in the long run Twitch is ultimately going to ban someone like me. I'm not a partner. Partner, that's, oh, sorry, going back to my thing with Twitch, they changed their partner program to now it's 50-50 split for what you get paid for subscribers, and not the ads is different. I don't understand how they determine that. But they've basically removed all incentive of becoming a partner, because that's when you have like exclusive, you can't stream anywhere else other than Twitch. So it's like they took away all incentive to become a Twitch partner. It used to be 30-70, where you got 70%, they got 30, and it's like I get 50-50 now.
Wow.
Why do I want to bust my ass to make it a partner when there's no incentive for me to bust my ass to reach that level? Does that make sense? Other than the community that I would do around me, that's the only incentive, which is already my goal. So why would I want to change from affiliate to partner?
No, I agree. And yeah, you know, we had a discussion a couple of weeks ago with my friend Kevin, and you know, he's the guy who I know more about, who knows more about YouTube than anybody I know. And we were talking about the new thing for YouTube too. You know, it's very different now. You know how creators are. YouTube and Twitch and any of these platforms, they should be paying dollars to creators who bring in the noise. You know, if they got a nice channel and they got a really active community or whatnot, then they should be going out of their way to protecting that by paying them. But they have said, well, what we're going to do here, we're going to come up with something innovative. We're going to make all of your subscribers pay you for your content. And it's like, wow, how does that work? You know, because
but then you don't get all of it. You only get a portion of it. That's where that 70-30 or 50-50 comes in.
Yeah. I don't know what it is for YouTube. I know it's not very much. So it's very rugged. It's not really fair, and it's not really fair to have creators or supporters pay. Like, I don't want anybody in my chat to pay for my stuff. I mean, if I decide to do a Patreon or something like that, or people want to donate, or people say I want to help you, then I'll listen to that, you know. But I'm not going to do super chats or memberships or anything.
Patreon's a great platform when it comes to creator payout. You get way more on Patreon than you do any other platform. Well, I don't know. OnlyFans. I'm looking into OnlyFans right now, and I don't know their payout. But they're shifting away from focusing so much on the sex content and doing other things. Oh wait, you're not supposed to say that word on YouTube. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had sex. Who cares?
So I'm looking at that platform as an option too, because their creator payout is one of the highest as far as streaming. And then they have a unique option where you can have free streams that people can access, and then you also have people can pay to join in the stream. So I'm looking at that platform as an option, but it wouldn't be for my art. I started pole dancing, and I need a way to fund my classes, and I'm working towards being a competitive pole dancer, so I need a way to fund costumes and all that stuff, and maybe hiring a choreographer. So I'm like, what can I do to help with that? So
I only know one person myself that does. Well, no, two. One does it. I'm not sure what he does on his OnlyFans. I know that he. I think it's behind the scenes of all his movie making. He's a filmmaker, and then I know another person who does OnlyFans, and their content is a little saucy, and they've sent that out to me, like, you know, hey, come over, say hi. I'm like, no, I can't do that. I'm happy. I'm good here at YouTube. I'm good here. I'm good.
Yeah. Pole dancing and Twitch is like this really awkward thing. So it's like, I don't even want to put that as an incentive for an award to reaching something, that I would do it on my arts channel, because Twitch is weird when it comes to that. Their rules around pole dancing are strictly about it being a fitness based. So it's like, pole dancers don't wear a whole ton of clothes so they can grip the pole with their skin. A lot of it's based off of skin and strength and body placement. So it's like, you have to like put on pants when you're not actively on the pole, and you can't do certain moves because you can't spread your legs and accidentally move towards the camera. So it's like, it's not worth it on Twitch.
No, no.
It's
Yeah,
like
if
I
you
can't
can,
control if I'm spinning on a pole. What's exactly going to happen? So,
yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, even the girls who are professional pole dancers, I mean, they still have to take precautions and they still have to do certain things to make sure they're safe. To
mhm.
do that, I mean, that's part of what it is. But yeah, Twitch sounds like it's sort of out of control. See, some of the folks are. Star Lord has commented. He says that when they make a whole Broadway production for a 5-second ad, that's when ads are going too far. Yeah,
Yes.
yes. And then the professor wants to know, did Twitch get bought out like YouTube did? Because once
Um,
YouTube got purchased, we started getting the ads and the creator limitations.
yeah, Twitch is owned by Amazon, which is one reason you have the amazing Amazon Prime. If you don't want to go support me, but you have other creators over there and you have Amazon Prime, you could support a creator for free. So I highly recommend taking advantage of it. Give Daddy Bezos bucks to somebody that you want to support over there. It's a very good thing. But no, their platform costs so much money to run that they are boosting their ads to keep the platform up. So it's also projected it might not be surviving in the next 5 years by business projections because of how much money that it costs to run the platform and how much money they're not coming in as a column of the Amazon, whatever monopoly of everything. I mean, now they're in fucking healthcare.
Yeah, that's a
Bad
good.
idea, but I have thoughts. Sorry.
No, monopoly is a good word to use. Let's see. Mr. Dan and Horace here. Hi, how are you, Mr. Dan? And Bones is here. Mighty Bones is here.
Mhm.
Let's see. All right. Well, like I said, I don't think that Hobbs would already been here by now. I just have a feeling that I know he mentioned earlier this week he had told us that he is suffering from a double ear infection, and I'm wondering if
Ooh,
that's
that sounds miserable. Well, I'm gonna say it's just an excuse. You'll have to have me on again sooner.
That's right. That I can't believe when we booked this show and I looked, I was like, all right, yeah, this is awesome. And I looked over and I put the 236 in there and I said, 236? Wait, has it really been that long? And I looked and I said, no, I've
Mhm.
been on more than once. And I looked and I'm going like, oh, just once, the third guest. And I was like, oh, and I'm like, oh, that's not very good. I don't know where I've been. But you've had an incredible journey, though, since we last
Yeah,
talked.
I was actually
Holy
trying to remember the last time that like my life's completely different.
shit,
My
different.
space is my space. My space does look different. I moved the furniture about 4 times the past 6 months. So
No, no. You've also you're also like a hero right now for me anyway.
well, thank
You
you. I don't think I'm a hero.
No, trust me. Trust me when I say it. I don't say it lightly. I don't
Mhm.
talk to people around lightly. You are last time we saw you, you had what health conditions did you have last time? I think you said diabetes, right?
Yes, I don't know where I lay on that whole thing right now, but I have been a type 1 diabetic for 20 years now, 20 years in April. Um so and things were not going necessarily well in that regards for me no matter what I did, no matter how I managed it. I was having issues with highs and lows, and I wasn't feeling my lows anymore, which is really dangerous. And I could be vacuuming or scrubbing my tub and have a low blood sugar incident. So it was getting to a point where my husband couldn't even register that I was low, and he'd catch most of them if my continuous glucose monitor didn't. Um,
What are some of the symptoms of a type 1 diabetic when you say your lows?
um, so for lows, oftentimes people will appear drunk. Their cognitive abilities decrease dramatically. They could be slurring their words. So there's always an issue if you start dropping while you're driving of getting pulled over and accused of drinking and driving, but you're having a medical
Emergency.
emergency that you didn't realize you were having, or else you wouldn't be driving because that's how it's it's a scary thing to experience, or having a sudden low that makes you pass out. You can crash. Like, there's a lot of diabetics who've lost their licenses for that, or unfortunately have ended up in an accident that they, things didn't end well for everybody in the situation. So
Right.
it's
Now,
it can lead to seizures if you get too far.
now, since we last talked, and
Mhm.
you became a clinical patient. You
Yes.
qualified for clinicals.
Yes.
Now,
One reason.
that is that's what I mean by being a hero for this, because clinical patients are basically human guinea pigs. That's what
Mhm.
you're a human guinea pig.
My
Um,
body is not mine to decide things with right now. It's kind
I
of frustrating. I'm like, I want no tattoos. I want more tattoos. No, can't
nope,
get
no, can't do
tattoos.
anything.
Not
Yep.
right now.
I want to have a beer. Nope, can't do that. I can't.
No.
Nope, you're 100%. You're basically the pharmaceutical and your doctors underneath their care. But
Mhm.
that's a you basically lose freedom of your life, but at the same time you lose it for temporary to gain it permanently. Uh,
Yes.
so tell us about, can you walk us through, before, because I'm just really, I just want people to hear this, because this is great.
Yeah.
You're the second friend. I'm sorry, the person who came on after you, his name is
Mhm.
Josh Hahn. His name is Josh Hahn. He ended up getting a kidney transplant.
Oh, so him and I
3 to 4.
relate. We relate.
Yeah, you're destined to meet. The force is strong with you two. So go ahead. I mean, when did
Like
you?
I
Go ahead.
like I was saying about the lows and whatnot, I used a continuous glucose monitor to help regulate my blood sugar and an insulin pump. So it kind of acted like a pancreas, where it'd be like, oh, your blood sugar's high, let's give you more, right? I'd end up getting alerts all night and not sleeping through the night because it was either too high and or too low, and it was really affecting my mental health, my quality of life. There's a thing called chronic illness fatigue, and it is fucking real. So,
Yeah, that's when you're just feeling like shit every day, all day. It doesn't matter what you do. Yeah,
so be patient with your loved ones and your friends that have chronic illness, because it's challenging.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you just got to do the best with what you have each day. So after years of this, my husband, the problem solver, I was like, hey, I'm online right now and I'm looking at these medical studies. I'm going to send them to you. Go look at them, research, think about what you want to do, and I support you with whatever you decide. But this could be an option to help. So he sent me 4 studies. I looked at all of them and I actually applied to every single one of them. You may call me a hero, but it was literally an act of desperation.
Yeah, I I get it. Yeah, I do. Uh, we went to try to get clinicals for my wife. Lorianne. We went, and I was doing the same thing. I think we might have a company. Oh, we do have company. Oh my gosh. Oh, we love you, Angela. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being so brave. Um, I believe Hobbs is trying to get through. Let me try to get him again. Oh, he bounced off. We went to try
Trying.
to. Yeah, he'll be here. We went to get clinicals too, and I called the Coleman Foundation. Susan G. Coleman, and I called down there to to see about it, and the first thing they said was, so can your wife eat, and can she stand on her feet? And yeah, I lost my lunch. I lost my mind, because she couldn't do either one of those anymore. And and it was just like, you just like, yeah, she could do that, then we could see her. And it's just like, it was just too late. And
Mhm.
but I'm glad you qualified, Um, I'm glad you qualified. So, what did you have to go through to qualify for that? You had to go through the same damn thing, examinations 4 different times, or did
It
they?
So out of the 4 studies, one never responded back to me. And looking back, I looked at their participant things. They were probably maxed out and just didn't have the business savvy to be like, let's waitlist you. So I never heard back from one. I got waitlisted on another, and I ended up talking to 2 different studies that were very similar. One was transplant focused for the cells that produce insulin, and the other one was stem cell focused that would also be very transplant like for the study, but instead of waiting for a donor to pass and the matching process, you would be able to schedule it since it's stem cell. So I ended up talking with those 2 studies. Ultimately, I went with the transplant focused one for 2 reasons. One, I'd already started the process with them to qualify, which is a process. And it's one reason I have not been active on YouTube, or why my streaming last year was very sporadic and inconsistent and like everything. So the stem cell said I'd have to start the process all over again. I was like, I'm halfway through this fucking list of studies. Like, I'm not starting over. Like, no, I'm not going to do these months again. Like, I can't. So I was like, well, let's get through this one and then see if I get rejected, and then I'll go talk to them again. That was my plan.
Okay.
So I went with this study one, or the transplant study. To qualify for that, like, on taking a little bit of like a jump ahead in my timeline, when I was going through a lot of the process, even though people meant well on my socials, I had a very, very different perspective when people are like, there needs to be more studies like this. You're so brave. And I'm like, as I said before, I was desperate. So to me, that's different. But after going through the qualification process, it is so hard to qualify for a study. It is super rare to actually qualify. You have to how many, I went through like 7 or 8 different tests, and because my mother passed from breast cancer, I also had to go through genetic testing to make sure I don't have cancer genes, because there's a high risk of cancer with the medications for a transplant. Like, your immune system's gone, so you can't even protect yourself against possible cancer. So it was like all these things that I had to go through. Like, it's a lot. I had to have an EKG. I had to have an echocardiogram. Is that the stress test? Now I'm getting confused with all of them.
Yeah, you have to do EKG. You have to run. Did you have to walk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did the stress test, but then I also had to have an ultrasound of my heart. I had to have an ultrasound of my entire insides, blood typing, labs. I was doing paperwork for like 2 or 3 weeks as part of the qualification process. It, in essence, became a part-time job. So I feel very fortunate. And this is where my comment about people saying that I'm a hero and whatnot, it's like, no, I have a very fortunate place of financial privilege to come from, where I could take that step back and I could focus on it. And even now, it is like still a part-time job. It's lessening right now, but there's spurts and whatnot where it takes up so much of your life. But I have the luxury where I can step back and I don't have to worry about my house, my food, my insurance. It's like, not everybody has that opportunity. And
Yeah,
it's like,
but not everybody has your disease though, either, Angela.
A lot of people do. I mean, diabetes is very, very common.
That there's so many different things that can qualify you or not qualify. I mean, there's people that are dirt poor that can get qualified, and there's people that are rich that can't. They'll try to buy their way. They can't necessarily, just because they have the money, they can't necessarily buy their way onto a list because they just don't qualify. The money's there, but the body isn't.
Yeah, it was a lot of work just to qualify, and then it was a lot of waiting, and as somebody who schedules events and streams and sells my art in any opportunity I can, art shows, it was like, how do I even plan my life not knowing if I'm going to be on this list? And then the transplant list is also, you never know when it's going to happen.
No.
It's like, how do you plan your life? If I, as a small business owner, sign up for all these events and I have to cancel them, I lose all that booth fee, all of those fees to participate. It's very rare do you have an event that's actually going to refund you the money. So it was like, how do I navigate this? What do I put as a priority? So I just basically said, fuck it all. And I started pole dancing because then at least I felt like I was doing something.
Well, did you schedule everything within a circle, like 100 miles? 100 miles each way to the hospital?
So my study is based out of California. I live in Seattle area. So I have to travel for every follow-up. I had to pay for second home while I was recovering from my transplant. Like it's a lot. And that's where another, like I say about financial privilege, is we spent a lot of money, way more than we thought we'd end up, to have access to a car and basically have to rebuy a bunch of supplies for being there for a month, and then airfare for myself and my husband. And you never know what you're going to need living somewhere for a month that's not your house. So we had to buy extra things.
Well, did the pharmaceutical company help you?
I'm working with City of Hope, so it's not a pharmaceutical study. They cover the transplant and the anti-rejection medications, anything related to the study that is standard for them. So like I also, because of the medications, I need to take extra magnesium and phosphorus, but because that's how my body's reacting, the study doesn't cover those. So those are an additional cost to keep me healthy.
And insurance doesn't cover that either?
No.
I hate insurance.
Insurance won't cover them because they're vitamins. So
I hate insurance.
Even though I need them because my levels are dangerously low, even with them, I'm barely where you are wanting to be. But it's a common side effect of the anti-rejection medications to have those as low. So those, I have to take vitamins.
And here's your doctor, your doctor who's gone through, all these years. This is his specialty. Your specialty. They're telling the insurance company, yes, this is absolutely essential that this happens, and they're going like, it's vitamins. I hate insurance.
Then I have the added layer that this study is in California, but I live in Washington, so prescriptions and everything, it's a lot to juggle. Even getting my lab orders to follow up, it's a juggle. It's like I said, it's kind of a part-time job just to maintain and follow up, to make sure I'm okay, and figuring out my medications to reduce their side effects.
But everything that you're doing, all the sacrifices you've made, every medication you try, everything, side effects, everything, you are paving the way for the people coming behind you with the same process. You're a trailblazer. That's why you're a hero.
So my doctors are the trailblazers. Like, I feel very, very fortunate to be working with the medical team that I am. They've been experimenting with these transplants since the 90s. The reason they're still experimenting with it is the islet cells. Okay, so going back to my study really quick, because this is important to understand. The transplant I actually did end up receiving is literally the cells that produce insulin. So they took those cells from a deceased person's pancreas, broke up the pancreas to just find the cells, and they transplanted and they grafted them to my liver. So it's a highly rejected transplant. Most patients are lucky to get 2 years out of the transplant, and then every year after that it jumps up in possible rejection rate. That being said, there are patients who've had their transplants for 20 years, so
awesome.
That's what I'm aiming for. I worked hard for these cells. They're doing me good. Things are going extremely well. The doctor was giddy in the hospital like on day 2, so we're taking that as super good.
trust me when I tell you this too. Doctors go behind closed doors, they shed tears. I mean, they're rooting for you. They really are. They're rooting. I don't know what it is. Maybe because it's a chronic illness. Maybe so. Maybe it's a different kind of level of doctor. Oncologist or what have you.
Mm.
But they seem to be so much more. They seem to be much more emphatic. They're more empath, I guess. They show more
Empathetic,
empathy.
yeah.
Yeah, they show more empathy than a regular doctor you see, like a general practitioner, or orthopedic or what have you. I don't know what it is. Chronic illnesses doctors, they just seem to feel they feel the highs and the lows a lot more with their patients than most others. Um,
Mhm.
Now, how long have you had this team? Have you worked with the entire team since you started?
Yes. So I guess that depends on what exactly you mean by the question. So I applied last January. That was my birthday present to myself. I applied the week of my birthday. I had my interview done with it by the end of February. So technically, I've been working with the team since, we'll say I met the doctor in March. So, but I was still working towards qualifying. My qualification took a while. I mean, it's a huge process. When trying to think back, everything felt like it took forever, and then all of a sudden it just went bam. So I'm a firm believer in vaccines. So it was important to me to get the new COVID vaccine as well as the flu vaccine before I even got on the list. So I had that conversation with them. I was like, okay, I'm due for the new one. It just came out. I would like to do this because it's the last time. Once you're a transplant patient, you can't have any live vaccines because it can end up making you sick and kill you. So those are two vaccines I will never be able to have as long as I have the cells working and I'm on the anti-rejection medications. So I was like, I really want to get this done just to protect myself because I have no immune system. I'm like, masker on anybody I don't live with. I'm not medically cleared to see my father who I don't live with without my mask on because of the risk. So that's kind of like they were going to put me on the list. And then they're like, okay, but we have to wait a certain amount of time after to make sure it's safe in case there's a donor. So I literally had to wait 3 weeks. And then they were like, okay, you're on the list. And I'm like, oh, yay, good. Now I can actually share about with my online community because I kept everything quiet because I didn't know what was going to happen. I was still trying to qualify for the study. And I was on
Hello.
vacation when they said that.
What was that, Hobbs?
I just want to say hello and let everybody know that I'm here, and I'm seeing my friend Angela, and I've been really concerned, and I'm really happy to see you.
Well, I appreciate your concern. And everything came so fast out of nowhere. So thanks for your patience.
I mean, I'm kind of like a fanboy. Like I saved all the playlists and stuff, and I ordered stuff from you, and then you kind of stopped for a little while, and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then I seen what happened, and I was like, I had no idea that this was going on, and I was worried, and I even told Patrick, I was like, if you have her up, I've got to be there because we do appreciate you, and you're one of the first shows we did. You're probably my favorite show that we've done on the show, and it was I really like what you do, and I'm just a huge fan, and I'm so glad you look good. You look like you got good color, and I have a chronic illness as well, and I deal with something with vitamins, and I don't produce iron correctly, so I have to get transfusions. So to get that ferritin, it costs me $1,700 a bag out of pocket. So I have to have help on it and stuff. So I understand, but I just want to let you know that you look good. I'm glad to know that it's working, and that if there's anything we can do at all to promote your art or sell your art, I'm in sales. I can do whatever you need me to do or us to do.
I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. I love you both. I love your community is what you are doing. I'm not always super active, but I pay attention. So
I know, and I've been worried because you were active there for a while. I was following all of your Halloween convention stuff that you would go to, and I was like, I didn't know what happened. Because I used to love when you would do like the live drawings, and like you'd ask if you want us to draw or want you to draw and stuff, and it was that was fun. So
She was drawing today when she was doing her get ready with me. Yeah, she
I
was.
still have her stuff she sent me. She sent me the drawing she did live. I still have that. I'm gonna frame it.
The Michael Myers.
Yeah.
So I'm currently working on a Skeleton Zodiac series. When I say currently, I started this back in September, but then Inktober happened, and then my transplant, and yeah. But so I was working on the Leo version of this earlier.
Oh wow. Do you remember when you were doing that the Kraken? You were doing that big ass octopus or whatever that won live stream.
Cthulhu.
Yeah, that was so
around.
cool.
He's not in here. He's not hanging on the wall right now.
But you got to take care of your health, and don't worry. When you get back to selling and stuff, like your pictures and things, we'll promote the hell out of it. You can even do some live sales in your house, and we'll do it all day stream for you, and we'll make sure you're good. Okay, you just take care of your health too.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate with my husband's financial situation that I've been able to take that step back, especially having to be careful about being around too many people right now, and so.
Yeah, I just want to say this, and if it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry, but this is why. This is not towards you, but this is why you wear a fucking mask, right? This is why when people came around, they were talking about no vaccines or no masks. This is the reason why you wore a fucking mask, because she's defenseless. She's defenseless. Your selfishness walking around without a mask, saying my freedom. Put people like Angela or my Lorianne totally, or anybody that has cancer or any other respiratory disease, you could get them sick and you could kill them. I wonder how many people died because they caught the COVID from some fucker walking around there who thought their freedom was more important than your health. That's what burns my ass, because here you are, you have to wear the mask now. You don't have
a choice.
No, you don't have a choice anymore. Other people with cancer patients or COPD or anybody who has a compromised immune system, they don't have a choice anymore. They have to wear it. And when you do wear it or did have to wear it, you were not only protecting yourself, you were protecting other people. And it burns me. It burns my ass.
You're asking way too much, and it's not going to happen, dude. People are just going to do who they are, and that's how it is. But we're here to not get you riled up. This is going to be a fun stream. We got one of our best guests ever here. I get what you're saying. Let's not get the cheetah all riled up and ready to. Let's not get the fur flying. Okay, let's just
hard.
Let's talk about it. I know what you're saying, buddy. Okay.
I appreciate your thoughts, Patrick.
He's very right. He's absolutely right on it. And I don't want him getting worked up over it, because he doesn't need that right now, and it's just, it sucks. But in the same token, you're doing so well. And
you really,
I want to say this. In terms of paying for things, I've also thought about pole dancing as well to cover my expenses, but I don't think I would do quite as good as you.
Hey, no, guys who pole dance are fucking cool. Like I have my Instagram that's pole dance focused, and I'm like, dude, I want to follow all these guys, because it's not just for women; it's for anyone, and it is so much fun because you get to push your body in ways. I grew up as a dancer, and I've definitely lost that. But it's been so fun to work towards getting back to what I used to be able to do. And I was like, damn.
I don't think that there's a pole that can hold big old Hobbs, but maybe one day. But maybe I can just sell self-portraits.
400 pounds. I don't know how much you weigh, but I'm just saying. I know
that would never work for me and the cheetah.
But I'm very glad to be here with you guys. So continue. I just wanted to say hello while we're here, and I'm not leaving. I just wanted to say that I'm glad to see both of you tonight. I've had a really long day. I'm sorry for being late. I got off work at 8. So yeah.
Oh man, we didn't hear from you at all, man. I thought you had to go in because you're infected. Oh boy.
We're back to back at my job, and I'm sorry, but I'm here now, and I'm glad to be here. And
Well, you have
Yes.
any questions, Josh? Jump in there and ask them. I
Oh,
mean,
I've always got questions. I always got questions.
good,
So,
then good. Then you can ask some questions.
oh yeah, I've been prepared. So are you still trying to promote your artwork in terms of, I know while you're going through this,
Mhm.
are you still trying to sell it specifically? I know that you've got your husband's there and you have that luxury of not being able to have to do a whole lot right now while you're healing up, but are you still
Mhm.
promoting artwork on your
Yeah,
site?
I still have my website up. I did take it down when I went in for the surgery because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to ship anything. I'm gonna be in California. I
Yeah.
don't, so I shut down my entire my website on my flight. Technology is amazing.
Yeah.
I was able to take care of so many business emails because it's like any business person that I've really been working with and I have a relationship with, I've been
Yeah.
keeping them in the loop because it affects them as well.
Yeah.
So oh my God, it was so stressful and happened so fast.
Yeah. I mean, I did
I
notice
had
it.
I had less than 48 hours notice, and it was also like it's happening. It's like it might happen. Start looking at flights, pack your bag, do what you need to do. And I was like, okay, there goes my first day from vacation back to stream and share this news with my community. It was like, okay,
Did they
Yeah.
give you a little?
it's happening.
Did they send you a beeper that you had to carry? Like I know transplant patients always have to carry a beeper, and then like if
Mhm.
they beep it, that means it's a go time. Did they give you one of
Yeah,
those?
they did not give me one of those since I'm traveling out of state. I got as soon as they had a possible donor, it was start getting ready. Because like I was saying earlier, they break down the pancreas. They work that pancreas for a few hours before they contact me um, to see if they have good quality cells. They have to start with, do we even have a possibility of a transplant? And then they'll notify me once it's more of a yes. I would not know it was happening until it was done. Is pretty much I could be on the table. I could have the um, all the medications going, and it could get canceled.
Wow.
So it was really stressful to go through all of that, not knowing if it was going to happen. And then it kept getting pushed back every hour and every hour. And I was like, oh my God, is it going to happen?
Did you did
But
you did you despair or did you keep your faith throughout?
I did not despair. I'm a spiritual person, but I wouldn't say I'm a person of faith. Um, I am more on the pagan side of life, the witchy side, but also lazy as fuck, so not really at the same time. I'm a heathen. I have
Lazy as fuck. So in other words, Angela is a cat.
yes, I am a cat. I
And
appreciate that.
that's why I never got a hold of you, Patrick, today, because I knew I was not going to miss this interview for nothing. So I just assumed that you knew I would be here. So
No, I would nobody heard from you. Nobody had because I would have signed the
you
proof.
know, this is Morbid Heart Designs. Come on, man. This is one of our best interviews we've ever done.
That's
You know I was
right.
going to be here for this.
So that was Angela's a cat. Okay, that was a good one.
It was
So
good.
I'm
Right?
fine with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like when you came up after your transplant when you came out into recovery? I mean, did you feel any different? I mean, I know it's not instantaneously, but how soon did you start feeling yourself again, or were you started feeling a little bit better?
So I don't regret doing this. If I needed a second one, I don't think I would go through this process again, to be honest. And I don't know how to fully answer that question because I haven't felt like myself in so many years with my highs and my lows and ketoacidosis and like everything else I was dealing with that I don't know if I can actually answer that question. What I can say is feeling more normal took a while. So my procedure was actually conscious sedation. So I was awake for the procedure.
Wow.
It was just the cell, so it was just a little tube was put into me down to my liver. Trying to describe. So this is a scar from my PICC line. So that's how I was getting my IVs. The hole that was in me was about that size of that scar. These are from pole. Pole
Yeah.
leaves a lot of bruises, but so my scar is about that size. So it was super tiny. I felt most of it. That was not fun. It's the shit of nightmares. Like, no.
Oh
No.
yeah, yeah. I get that all the time. I have to go through that shit all the time. I hate it.
No,
Yeah.
no, when they told me we're at the max we can give you, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, yeah,
Are you
yeah.
kidding me? So
Yeah.
it's really a hard question. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
The
Do you want to
medications
talk about
fuck
this
you
stuff
up.
right now,
No,
or do you
you're
want us to talk
fine.
about your art? Because I don't want to. When I came in, you were crying, and I don't want you to continue to talk about something if it's going to bother you.
So
Like,
they're happy, sad tears. But no,
okay,
if I am
okay,
uncomfortable, I will 100% let you know.
okay,
It's
okay.
important for me to share my
Yeah,
experience. I've actually been
yeah.
journaling a lot about it to
Good,
maybe one
good.
day put it into a book. I don't know.
Oh hell yeah,
But it's
definitely.
I want people to understand what it is like for people who've had transplants. Because it is not easy. They pump you full of steroids. I had 3 different days in the hospital on steroids. I was in the ICU for technically 2 days. They wanted to release me to a different floor, but there wasn't enough staff because my care was so intensive with the transition from not producing insulin to something producing insulin, that they were actually checking my blood sugar like every 15 minutes overnight. I didn't sleep for over 24 hours and I didn't eat for over 24 hours. It was terrible. But also I had no appetite, so at the same time it was like my brain's like, you need to eat, and my body's like, fuck everything.
And they won't let you fucking sleep because they want to prick you every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I've been there. I hate it.
So, well, even going into my flight, I landed at 10:30 p.m. at LAX. I went straight to the hospital. I was admitted after midnight because of billing and tracking and stuff. And they woke me up at 5 a.m. to start doing the medications to even for my body to accept the transplant. It was literally all day. Steroids, immune suppression starting. So it's like I was feeling like shit from like the get-go. I got 2 hours of sleep and probably not even that because I had a severe low blood sugar that night. That was my last low blood sugar. That's the fucking crazy part. I haven't had a low blood sugar since pre-transplant. Like it's insane. Um this is a happy moment. This is like
That's
one of
great.
those, it was
No,
all worth it.
that's fantastic. That really makes a difference.
So I don't know how much sleep I got that night, and I didn't get to sleep until like after 10 the next night, and that was when they were waking me up every 15 minutes. So did I sleep? No, I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Over 2
So you
days.
haven't had one low blood, not one since. God, that is unbelievable.
It's unreal. My brain's starting to catch up with it, but it's also a huge process as it heals and the medications start to wean off. So some of the medications and the whole process with my body actually made it to a point where I couldn't really walk. I was having issues with cognitive. My brain's here doing like this, but my mouth is like this. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
That's like me on a normal day.
Did you have to change your complete diet around, or?
Yes. My diet, in order to not stress out the cells, my diet is on a very low carb side. So there are times where I have to eat more carbs than they want me to for my body to prep for some of the tests. But I have to eat a very low carb diet, avoid things that stress the liver. I can still have cake and cookies and whatnot, but I have to like really balance it out with everything else so I don't stress the cells out too much. Because the more I stress them, the more likely they are, 1, to wear out, or 2, to end up getting rejected.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because I was curious, like that you have to change your. Now, was it a huge difference from what you were eating before? Did you?
Not too much with how I've been doing my diet the past few years. I've been trying to lose weight. But insulin's a very, very vital hormone in losing weight and eating and digestive. So I was not losing weight, but I was really trying. So I was already eating a lower carb diet and having good results as far as my blood sugar, as best as my body would allow, I should say. But once I started having more of the insulin, I actually I've gone down 15 pounds since the beginning of November.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But we've adjusted my meds, so my appetite's increased, which is good because I was getting concerned I wasn't eating as much as I should, but I was eating until I was full, listening to my body and not overstuffing my stomach because I don't like feeling sick from food.
Now, if someone was vegan, they would have to get past that, right? If they did not eat any type of meat, or they could have like tofu maybe, or...
Yeah, so there's no carbs in meat. So meat's kind of like a free-for-all.
Yeah.
But I don't like meat. I mean, I'm not vegetarian or vegan. I don't like meat, so I have to make myself eat meat.
So getting back to the artwork and stuff. So in terms of feeling better and doing the artwork, do you have a ETA when you think maybe you'd want to start doing a little more, or are you? I know the health is the priority right now.
Yeah, I'm doing it as I can. One of my medications has a side effect of shakiness.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating. I'm not sure how to deal with that yet as far as the art style I developed and what I want to do. So those are things I've got to figure out.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to do art as I can. I've actually been doing a lot of, my goal is to do more paint-alongs and less events for my income, because it reduces my risk of exposures versus doing Comic-Cons and big conventions. I still want to do those, but I have to, maybe once or twice a month for a while until I'm fully recovered. It could take about a year to fully recover from a transplant. Sorry, one of my other side effects is burping.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
How long when you started your recovery? How long did it take for you to actually, put a pen on or a pencil on paper? How long did it take you till you felt comfortable doing it again?
Doing art?
Yeah. Did it come back to you, or did you struggle a little bit?
I struggled a little bit. I actually took a lot of projects with me, like thinking, I'll get all my tarot card designs started. I'll start sketching and doing ideas. Dude, I didn't even want to, watching Netflix was hard. So I celebrated the first time I felt like working on designs for paint-alongs. I was like, yeah, I'm actually drawing today. I let my transplant team know. I was like, I felt like drawing today. But that only happened twice in the 5 weeks after recovery. I was in California for 5 weeks.
Where at in California were you at? Southern California? Northern California?
Yes. Southern California. So to answer Hobbs' question more fully, I've been designing a lot of paint-alongs and focusing on scheduling those, which was one of my plans pre-transplant, but I was waiting for the transplant to happen so I didn't have to cancel everything. So I'm working on doing designs for that, which is not the art style I really want to take, but it's something that I can manage more. And if I'm shaky, it doesn't show as much as my highly detailed preference. So I don't know how to finish these. If I'm even going to finish doing the details, because I have to do it when I'm not shaky, and I don't know every day, every moment of every day how that's going to happen.
Only you can know, and if you don't stream it, it's okay, because people want to see it. They just want to know what
your hand was pretty rock steady today. Can you show? Really?
I was concerned the entire time I was streaming earlier. I was concerned.
Wow, because it looked great.
I heard there was a pre-show. I heard there was a pre-show makeup or something going on. People kept texting me. They were like, "Hey, Angela's getting ready for the show." And I'm like, "What the hell?" I couldn't respond. We were so busy at my job. I had to work through my lunch, and
Oh
And they were
no,
like,
no
Angela,
working through lunches. No, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I know it was a bad idea. Actually, I'm feeling it now. But they're like, Angela's getting ready for the show, and somebody was
Have
like,
you had a snack?
"Yeah, I did.
You had a snack.
See, that's the difference between a professional artist and somebody who just watches an artist. Because to me, I'm looking at you and I'm going like, wow, she's kicking ass. That looks beautiful. And I'm so, like you said, you were drawing a lion. I'm going like, better the lion than a cheetah, and it looked awesome. But then again, you're a professional, so you can sit there and like, well, it looks great to me, to us. You said you struggle with
One of my benefits was that was all sketched back in September. It's been on the paper since September, so those lines were pre everything. But I did draw the symbols that I was going to paint over, so I could be a little bit wishy-washy with those.
thing
So
about
it's
it
just
is
a matter
though,
of figuring out how to adjust. It's kind of like any chronic illness or any disability. There's ways to do things. You just have to figure out what's gonna work best for you. So
thing about it is though, when I watched when you used to do those live streams, I was at all of them, like, and I would watch while you would draw and take the requests, but like, no one was really focusing specifically. Like, if your hands were shaky, like, we wouldn't notice that. We would more.
No, I would. I
Probably not, but selling
you know?
the art is different when you see things in person, and that could just be my perfectionism being an issue. Like, I'm calling my shit out. This is something I get to still work on.
But what artist isn't a perfectionist, though, Angela? Right? Isn't that being part of an artist? I mean, it's part of it.
Yes.
It's a part of the makeup. Yes.
Yes.
So don't beat yourself up. I love it.
I firsthand have seen. I've ordered stuff from the site. It's great stuff. It's just that, like, when you're doing it live, when you do it just to kind of network a little bit, no one's paying attention to that. If you ever do those again, we're just there to support you. It was always fun to kick it, listen to music, and watch her do her art. And she would take requests like, "What do you want? What you want me to draw? You want me to draw like a narwhal or something?"
To the requests. The narwhal was so much fun. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always like a little bit of a fanboy of that stuff because I can't even draw a straight line and my hands don't shake. So it's always nice to be able to watch someone else be creative, And that's a great concept. Go live, draw something for your guests. That has always been. I've never seen anybody do that. That's awesome.
That was
It's
a lot of fun.
in the art community on Twitch. There's a lot of things that I want to do. Like, I want to start doing probably on Twitch, kind of like my paint-alongs that I do in person, but with whatever you have. Like, let's design something and draw it and do it like a community event. But it's also like, I don't have a lot of the energy right now with my medications. I have more energy than I did a week ago, but it's still, I was putting my fatigue out of a good day 4 out of 10, on a bad day 6, and right now I put it at a 2. So that's a huge improvement. But it's I don't committing to these long streams. Like this last 6-hour stream I did a few weeks ago, it took me over a week to recover from.
Yeah.
I guess I could say our community specifically, because the horror stuff is what we like, and the Halloween stuff, all that stuff. We love that stuff too, but like, we don't see, I mean, maybe one other person does something similar, but in this community, we don't see a lot of that. And it's always refreshing because I'm not always in like the art communities and things. And, some of the stuff you've done for the horror community art is just fantastic. And you have a certain spin on the way that you do your particular art, I've noticed. And it's your style. It's not the same as everybody else's. Some people just do the same shit. Yeah, exactly. Some people
and I love that the guys, girls, and in between are just like, I love this. It connects with so many people. Like, it sparks their inner child, and that's what I love about what I do is I get to meet people's inner child, and they don't even realize it half the time.
Yeah, it's so unique to the look. But yeah. So yeah, they're just saying, and for our community, we enjoy that stuff too. Go ahead, Pat. I'm sorry, buddy.
No, I just wanted to ask you about the art festivals. I know that we just talked about the risk inherent to it, but are you still going to at least try to? Are you going to wait till summertime to go out, or are you going to try it in the springtime?
So I have one scheduled April 1st. I did schedule that one pre-transplant. And it's always big choices. So I have one. April 1st is going to be my first in-person event as far as markets. It's a witchy, pagany event that I absolutely love working with this group. And then I'm also going to be doing Crypticon in May, which is a horror convention in Seattle.
Oh, yeah. I know about that one.
Yeah. That one I'm a little nervous about because I got COVID last year from it. But lots of nervous. I'm a lot of nervous.
I don't know if I want to go into that one. I don't know about that.
Maybe stay smaller.
Can you wear a hazmat suit?
So if I don't go and I give up my spot, I may never get back into this convention as a artist. So as a business owner, it's a hard one to back out of.
What if you can reserve the spot, just not be there? That sounds terrible. I know.
No, it doesn't. So it's important to me for my community that I have built there to be there.
I know.
I'm just not going to be able to go to the after parties. And I have a roomie who's going to be staying with me who also wears masks at conventions. So it's like I just have to be more careful about when I am taking my mask off, who is around. So I'm actually going to be eating in my hotel room. I will be also on the second round of experimental part of my medical study at the same time. So I have enlisted help just because it's going to be a lot to manage. And these meds really fucked me up last time. I don't know if it's going to be different with my body not recovering. So it's like, it's a hard thing to balance.
Are all the events that you normally attend to, have they all opened back up, as you know, or fairs and everything are open all the way up?
Yeah, if they've survived, they have opened up again. So it's like I'm limiting my events overall. I've signed up for some farmers markets, but I'm only doing them twice this year instead of like every month. Just because to reduce my risk and other things that are going on with the medical study. Like I can't really schedule anything in July that's not already scheduled or October because I don't know what dates I'm going to be traveling yet. So it's really hard to balance everything. So I'm going to keep the smaller markets. I'm not going to do a whole much more than I've got currently scheduled. I do have another big convention in Utah called Fan X that I've applied for. I haven't heard from. So it's just like I've got to be a little pickier and a little safer and get through this first year and then see how things are going. But I'll forever have to be safe and forever wear a mask at conventions.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So you have a big clientele, right? No, relatively big clientele, right? You have people that buy from you, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't call them necessarily clients. I would say commissions would be more of a clientele, but I do make good sales. The
reason why I mention this is if this, and again, I realize what you want to do because you want to get out there and see people, and you want to be able to start your life, and I get that. But would it be an option for you to just do like a live auction, maybe from your home, of your products? Maybe just let's just say you're not feeling good for a weekend. Instead of like a 2-day auction, or I'm saying auction, but like a sale.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Would that be an option for you? Like,
not unless I was a bigger streamer or bigger on other social media platforms. I've tried that in the past, but also that was like when COVID first started and Emerald City got canceled and it was all a clusterfuck and everybody was like, I don't know what to do. We all went from this place to this place. It's really hard to have a successful online auction unless you have like 100,000 followers or more.
Okay, I've got that list. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just joking.
If you've got that list, let's set it up.
Here comes the midnight hour.
I was just curious because I know that you're eager to get out and do this, and I just worry, and I just didn't know if there's another way, because I know the business aspect of it's always something under your mind too. So I was just curious.
Yeah, I wish it would be more fruitful to do something like that, but it hasn't in my experience and in my friends' as well. It would be awesome for it to be super fruitful. One day I'll get there. One day that'll be an option.
It will be. Yeah, this is just baby steps.
But that's another reason it's like I still need to do events in some capacity. Is I often feel by going to the markets and the conventions, there's the networking opportunity, and there are some places that the more frequent, like you're there every year.
Yeah.
They're more likely to start buying from you and consider you as an option to spend their money at because they become familiar with you.
I don't know if you ever get to the Ohio area, but where I'm from, Dayton, Ohio, we are a Halloween spooky town type area where we have all year round events like that.
It's happening more often everywhere. I love it. No, I want to travel more. That's been one of my goals.
Is there any?
That's one of my long-term goals.
We have like an oddity place. What's that?
Go ahead, Hobbs.
We have an oddities place, and we have year-round Halloween places around here, and then we have festivals and shit just left and right. If you ever want to vacation, let's say your husband, your family take a vacation or do marketing, Ohio is a huge market for what you do. Just a thought, you know.
No, it's a great thought. I'd love to get out there.
I hear Dayton's like the art center of Ohio.
It is. It is. We got the Dayton Art Museum. Yeah, and I'm there, which makes it even better. So.
See, Afro Whale says Dayton. He got a dog from there and worked in Kettering back in the day. Shout out Ohio.
Tell him I'm in Kettering right now.
I was going to say, weren't you mentioning earlier, Afro, that you also had lived in Seattle area, Yakima? You lived on one of the islands and moved to Yakima.
I think Echo from Seattle.
Yeah, the Pacific Northwest. And Gory's in Oregon, I think. Gory and Danny, I think they're in Oregon.
I know they're up this way. They will be at Crypticon.
Yes,
Crypticon is huge. That's a fun one.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance, like come out to Seattle for Crypticon, and it's right next to the airport, so you don't have that far to go once you land. You won't need a rental car.
Yeah, I want to go to Crypticon for sure. My health I have issues too being around. Like I can't get sick. Let's just put it that way. I can get sick, but like I'm already sick. Like I can't get sicker. Like, so I have to wear a mask like you do and stuff. Probably not as prevalent, but I do have to do that when I go out. I don't have a choice, but I want maybe one more year, then I'm gonna start doing the cons again.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge one here called Horror Hound. You ever heard of Horror? I'm sure you've heard of Horror Hound.
I have. I would love to get into Monster Palooza one day. Oh my god, love that.
Where's Monster
Palooza? Like Cali's a second home to me, so why not?
Where's Monster? Yeah, I mean Horror Hound in Cincinnati, you can get in easily. So I have a friend that does artwork around here. You could do well at that convention too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you seen any new talent, Angela? Have you seen any new talent that has caught your eye? Like any new artists that you like? Holy cow, that's inspiring, or I really like what they're doing. Is there anybody that you like to mention?
No one knew, but I would love to get a shout out for my friend Carissa of Happy Goth Art. She's here on YouTube and Twitch. She's like one of my art BFFs.
Somebody put her link in the. Can you find her link so we can? What's her channel called?
Happy Goth Art.
Happy Goth
Art.
If you like
remember that lady. We'll have to promote her and add her. Okay.
She is an amazing, kind person, and she likes to do weird shit. She painted a skeleton on a bowling pin once, and I was like, bitch. And she did it on stream, and I was like, you are insane, but mad respect. I was so excited when I got to see that thing in person last year.
She actually did the drawing on the stream?
She painted a bowling pin with a skeleton on stream.
Yeah, do artists actually do that? Do you find yourself envious of other people's skills, or
always? That's human nature.
That's awesome.
If you say no, you're lying to yourself. We all get envious and we always go, I want to be like that. I want to do that.
What was the name? What was the name of that again? Gothic, Patrick. You got to. I'm not going to remember this if you don't tell me.
Happy Goth.
Okay.
Happy Goth art, right?
Yes.
Happy Goth.
It looks like her handle has 1487 on the end of it on YouTube.
Okay. Echo, remember that for me, buddy, because I've done so much that my mind's everywhere. I've worked all day
to you on Insta.
Okay,
On the
cool.
Insta.
Yeah, we're friends on Insta.
Echo found it. Okay, everybody, let's rate it and let's rate the let's rate and let's rate it and give her some love. And she's also on Instagram, so soon sub to her page. Go over her Instagram page and sub there too. And then when you leave your first comment behind, just tell them that Angela sent you.
Yes.
And you have to watch a video. You must watch a video for at least 3 minutes to make sure your comment stays too.
Yeah.
Really? So your comment stays too? Wow.
Yeah,
because I've heard that it gets deleted if it doesn't.
Yeah, if you can't do it now, just put it in your watch later list, and then go on there and watch it later, and it'll stick.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but it does happen. Like
I've been trying to keep up with all the changes on all the platforms, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
Well, when you need to get up to speed, just let us know. You're not going nowhere.
No, I will be back. I mean, I streamed today.
I know.
I will be changing my process though, because editing, as much as I love editing videos, it's just too much time. So I'm changing the art focus that I have for YouTube and how I want to do it. I'll be live streaming more.
Oh, I know what you used to do that I thought was badass. You used to review movies while you would draw pictures of the fucking movie.
Yeah,
like,
so
that was so cool.
This is from? Or this one?
That is badass.
So, these have been on my desk for 2 years. 2 years. And I haven't had a chance to get to them.
Patrick, did you ever get a chance to watch that? Like, she would review, I think he reviewed, what's one of the movies? It's because it's been so long.
I did reviews for like 3 years. What didn't I review?
I think you reviewed Beetlejuice, and you were doing a review of Beetlejuice and drawing Beetlejuice at the same time.
Oh, that's
I did do Beetlejuice art. Beetlejuice is not one I've done on YouTube though. I do have plans to do Beetlejuice or Monster Hearts.
But she would do just drawings of and do a review at the same time. I thought that was so dope.
I'll be doing it more in a live format. I'm not sure how to structure that yet. So we're practicing with the multi-streaming and then seeing how we can bring in a structured conversation. We're getting
there. When I see ideas like that, I'm thinking about what can we do to make money off that? That's the type of person I am. Like, if I see something like that, what can we do to make money for that person? You know, that was so dope.
That's a good idea. The professor wants to know if someone ever commissioned you to do a boglin yet.
I don't know what a boglin is, so no.
Oh boy, open the door there.
He's too young to know what a boglin is. So back in the 80s, they had these they're little hand puppets. Oh yeah, you obviously see pictures. Okay.
Yeah. I Googled. They're adorable. I like ugly, cute things.
I just got one, and it's like a Halloween boglin, and he's like he looks kind of like a pumpkin with hands. He's pretty cool.
I see his picture right here on their website. These are amazing. My hoarder self does not need to know these exist.
Yeah, have you added any fish to your tank?
Snails. I adopted 2 snails the day before I found out about my transplant, so I'm just getting to know them. Well, not really anymore. But...
yeah.
Really? That was wow. That was a while ago. How long do snails generally live?
A few years, if you are lucky. They Drax 2.0. He has been around for 2 years now.
Drax 2.0.
He's my oldest. Yeah, he looks just like Drax 1.0 and acts just like Drax 1.0. So I was like, you are Drax 2.0.
Did you even Drax after the character in the movie? Oh, that's probably more true to life than the comics in the
He'll be here and you'll watch him and he doesn't really move, but you look away and you look back and he's over here and you're like, you're Drax. You're Drax. I moved so fast you didn't even see it.
That's so cute. That's so cute.
Mhm.
Listen, how you feeling?
I am tired, but caffeine is wonderful.
I'm not going to push it any harder than that. I will. Can we have you for 6 minutes? Because I'm going to have if anybody in the chat wants to ask our guest Angela questions, they have six minutes to ask.
And now mostly
Yeah.
you can see my fish tank.
Look
It
at
is a
that. That's
magical
good. Look at the skulls.
Stream, we earn points that I call skulls of my enemies, so I had to put skulls in my fish tank. It was only appropriate.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
There's skulls, my tiaras. All of my tiaras have a skull holder.
What is that in the very back? Is that a Halloween with a top hat?
Yes. His name is
Oh yeah.
He was going to be an outdoor decoration, but in October, my stream decided he's our mascot now. So this is Percival.
Yeah.
And then Chucky was aiming to be my mascot, but Percival took his place. So that's my Chucky doll. I don't know where to put him right now since I ripped out my closet and put in the dance pool. I'm like, I don't know what to do with half the shit in my office.
Well, you can't worry about all that.
Let's see. Star Lord wants to know if you could draw Jacob from Twilight, but with a shirt on.
No, because fuck Twilight. Could I? Yes. Will I? Fuck no.
Yeah, you have to be selective.
Piece of art she's done she's most proud of?
That's a good question.
The Michael Myers for Hobbs Horror. No, I'm just kidding.
How was she? You know, I should commission her to draw you, Josh.
She'd have to have a big piece of paper, dude.
We'll go with this one.
Maybe you should do a mold on your head.
Oh, hell yeah. That's badass.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I didn't do art for a really long time, and this was me embracing what eventually became Morbid Heart Designs, because I am rainbows, and I am death, and I am dark, and this is my goth self with my rainbow self. I've been told so many times that I can't be goth because I'm too happy or too tan because I do like the sun.
And that's a canvas, right? That's what they call a canvas.
This is a canvas. So I will never sell this one. It is me connecting and integrating the two sides of myself, and that's eventually what started and became my business. So
it is a great. I even told you guys that on the first stream. That is a great concept name. Morbid Heart Design. That's just badass.
It is a badass name.
I'm rainbows and death. And there's nothing wrong with it. And I needed more representation like me growing up, so I want to be that representation for others.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, yeah. Anybody got any other questions?
Afro Whale has a question for us. So for physical art or digital stuff, he's new to the show. He's new to me. And to you, thank you for answering my questions, and may you continue to be in good health.
Well, I wish good health on you as well, Afro, because you are going through a lot yourself from what I've been able to glance at and chat. Yeah. I'm a textile person, so I will forever love traditional art. However, with my shakiness, I may be moving to more digital art because there's some programs have a little feature that will balance out your lines and smooth things out. So I might be going more digital. Also, that means I have less canvases to store.
Can I ask one last question? On your art, I noticed that when some of the stuff that you sent, because you sent me some additional shit. I did a huge unboxing with it, but like, so when you make the art, and then how does it get printed onto the stickers or like the? Yeah. Do you have a machine that does it? Do you have to send it out or?
I have a fancy scanner, so I scan and clean up the images myself with Photoshop. There's a magic little Band-Aid tool, so I'll go in and clean up some of the flaws or if there's dirt or something on the scanner, and then I send that file to different manufacturers, different printers, based off of what I'm having done.
Okay.
I've
There's
looked
one now.
into doing that myself, but that's a whole other business component and different time. And I'm like, I'd rather create art than manage this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I was just
But I know
curious. That's pretty,
to do it
pretty
all, and
damn
I'm just like,
cool.
nope. I want to make YouTube videos, or I want to make more art. So I will pay somebody to do it.
We got some more. We got some more questions. Kal-El's asking if you could write or star in an iconic franchise, what two would you choose?
Ooh, I get 2 options.
Yeah.
Everybody's always like 1, and I'm like, but I have 3. But I
Maybe
don't.
maybe I can add on just maybe an extra little question.
Maybe give her 3. Give her 3, Kal-El.
No,
Okay,
I'm fine with 2. I'm fine with 2. I appreciate that there's more than 1 as an option. Whoa, it's a tough question.
How about this one? If you could remake one movie in one iconic franchise, superhero, what would it be?
Okay, well, I will answer Kal-El's first, and then I'll answer that one. I would love to star in a Freddy Krueger movie because Freddy Krueger is God.
I agree 100%. That's my favorite all-time franchise. In fact, I had Kentucky Krueger on that.
Freddy Krueger is one of my favorites. I was like,
Krueger.
Kentucky Krueger. Non-horror option would be something around the Dragonlance book series because that's been near and dear to my heart since I was in middle school. I'm almost 40 and I still am like, oh, good memories. I read those books so many times. So something around the Dragonlance book series would be awesome. And then Patrick, what was that, Patrick?
That was a good series. The Dragonlance is pretty good.
And then what was your question? Now I can't remember your question.
Oh, my question is if you could redo a movie in a superhero franchise, like say Superman, which one would you fix or replace?
Fix or replace, we would have to go with like the neon Batman from the 90s because man, the first 2 were so dark and so gothic and so amazing, and then it was like, what the fuck? So I would redo those 2 to be more in the original tone.
Okay. She said Batman. Damn it, Kal-El, I thought I was gonna have you.
I knew that's where that was going. I knew where that. They have this thing between them with Batman, him and Kal-El. So.
No, actually, we had the thing with Superman.
With Kal-El, I would imagine Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
I've never been huge into Superman. I've always been Marvel or Batman.
Right.
And Teen Titans. I did fall in love with Teen Titans. I bet you can't guess who my favorite character was.
Beast Boy. Raven? Oh.
Raven.
I was thinking Beast Boy because he could morph into a cheetah.
All the animals? No, Raven was my favorite.
Let's see. It says thank you for the answer. I know he's gonna get on me after the stream's over. He's gonna say,
Oh yeah, it's probably gonna happen tonight. Yeah.
Hey Eric, how are you, sir? Is our friend hey internet, it's Eric here. Glad to see you. Listen, it's 92 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and call it because I don't want to tire you out. That's one thing that we talked about before the show.
Sleep well tonight.
Yes.
That energy drink's barely keeping me going. Don't feel bad. I'm not saying that to make you feel bad.
No, but I am aware of of the rest that you need. I want to thank the chat for coming out here, and once again, I think we've had like 12 or 14 straight shows where the chat has just been straight fire, and this is another one. Thank you guys so much for coming out and spending this hour and a half with us. I appreciate it very much. Hobbs, you're the man. And thank you for coming out and help me do this interview. You answered the questions. Hobbs,
you knew I was going to be here to see my friend Angela. You know I was on my way. Angela, I hope things get better for you. Keep me up posted on your stuff. You got to get a hold of me, and if you need us to promote anything, just let us know.
Yeah,
thank you for that, and you take care of yourself too.
I know. I got to do it too. I got to take care of myself as well. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys later.
We'll be back. We'll be back next Tuesday with 2 shows. Next Tuesday we'll be back with 2 shows at 4 p.m. We will have Crystal Martin will be here with us. Actress Crystal Martin will be with us. She starred in The Mean One with David Thornton Howard, who played Art the Clown. Those two, he played the Grinch. She played Cindy Lou, and yeah, we'll be talking to her about her breakout role in The Mean One at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and then we'll be back Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and we'll be talking to director John Oak Dalton. And then I have another artist coming up next Wednesday, the 8th. We have metal sculptor Kevin Stone will be here, and
That sounds interesting.
his stuff is wicked. It blows my mind. It blows my mind what he can do with metal. He made a 15,000-pound dragon that spits fire.
That's insane. Wait, you had me at dragon and then even more at fire.
No kidding. 15,000 pounds, and it breathes fire. It's from Game of Thrones. It's
That's insane.
So he'll be here with us a week next Wednesday. So hopefully you guys all will come out, hang out, and we'll see you soon. And so thank you so much. I'm not going to do an after show with you. I'm just going to go ahead and say goodnight here. So thank you so much, everybody. We will talk soon. Peace. I just want you to get some rest.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thanks for being here.
Bye.